Welcome to the NHL Network Showcase presented by SAP. This afternoon, we take you to beautiful Boston and TD Garden as the Boston Bruins host the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm Jamie Hersch, so happy to have my colleague and friend Kevin Weeks here for what should be an incredible game. Two playoff perennials, and while the Pittsburgh Penguins have already clinched, the Boston Bruins need just 1 point to do so. So a great game on tap, featuring some of the greatest ever to lace them up. And we're talking, of course, about Sidney Crosby, who, after doing so much throughout his illustrious career, is having a milestone season, Weeksy.
Yeah, continuing to rewrite the history books and, of course, record books, not only for his esteemed franchise, the Pittsburgh Penguins, but across the National Hockey League. So 500th career goal for Sidney Crosby. Nice short side one-timer on the youngster Carter Hart, and then his 1400th career point on the opposite side, a little shovel feed. So continuing to ascend among the greats. And as you see this board, James, you see where he ranks among fewest games played to record 1,400 career points. I played against everybody on that board with the exception of the great Phil Esposito.
Wow.
This is creme de la creme of NHL players right here, and Sidney Crosby's earned his place among them.
Yes, the seventh fastest to reach 1,400 career points, again doing so in just 1,100 career games. And by the way, that point, that 1,400th point, was the OTGWG that he scored just about a week ago. On the Boston side of things, it's been a struggle for them lately, and specifically on the power play, over the last 23 overall. But the reason why they've been struggling so much is because David Pastrnak has missed 5 games. They're 0 for 18 in that stance.
Yeah, it's hard to figure because they were sizzling coming down the backstretch, have been the Bruins, until the absence of David Pastrnak. Don't take my word for it, you NHL fans. Take a look at the numbers. They'll tell you everything you need to know. Look at the disparity in the power play splits, both with and without him. I think it's pretty decisive that David Pastrnak, not only is he a bright young Czech superstar in this league, but he's a lethal player. But in his absence now, Jake DeBrusk, who had been up on that #1 line at times this year, will now also be back up there again. He's got 22 goals on the campaign and playing very well, especially in his last 10. Jake DeBrusk has quieted all the talk about the trade requests, etc. It's all about a strong stretch run and going deep in the postseason for him. And you see his numbers in the last 10 points, 7 goals. That's high in production right there, James.
And probably a huge reason for that production, the fact that he's gotten great minutes on that top line for Boston, along the great Patrice Bergeron and Brad Marchand as well. So as we head now to TD Garden, and plenty of visiting Penguins fans there as well, take a look at the goalie matchup today. Interesting because both of these guys have spent time as the backup over the course of the season. Today, they're thrust into the #1 role as both teams are dealing with significant injuries to the other guys, talking about Linus Ullmark and Tristan Jarry. So today, it's DeSmith and Swayman. What do you think?
Yeah, on the left side of the ledger, DeSmith's really turned his season around, and he's gotten in sync with goalie coach Andy Chiodo. DeSmith is having a very strong backstretch of the season in what's been an all-star year for their all-star in Tristan Jarry. And on the right side of that, Jeremy Swayman, bright young goalie, played his college hockey at UMaine, won the Mike Richter Goalie of the Year award in college hockey. He's an outstanding young American-born goalie, too. So this bodes to be a nice matchup. These matinees are always fun. Congrats in advance to you, James.
Oh,
let's continue to make positive history here. Keep it rolling.
Yes, my NHL debut, so to speak,
No.
in a play-by-play role. So thanks in advance for rolling with me here on the broadcast. You see Jeremy Swayman giving the fist bumps to everyone as well. By the way, he's made some history as well. He's only the 15th Alaskan-born NHL player ever. So 2 American goalies, fun fact for you here in between the nets today. And plenty of Americans, too, on the ice for Boston. In fact, they're tied for second most Americans who have played on their roster at some point this season. And the puck is down.